Good morning. It's time to get in touch. In Touch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, News Director at Backyard Broadcasting. Once again, coming up November 18th, 19th, and 20th, it's Victorian Christmas right here in downtown Williamsport. We're looking forward to an excellent event again this year, and we have some lovely women that have brought their festive faces here to the Backyard Broadcasting in Touch studios to talk about Victorian Christmas. I have Cindy Perry is here with me. She's the Public Relations and Advertising and Marketing Person for Victorian Christmas. Good morning.
Good morning.
As well as Jill Confair, President of Victorian Christmas, as well as the House Committee.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. And we also have Peachy O'Connor, who's a familiar face, and we love to see her as a committee member, main fundraiser around here for Victorian Christmas as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love it. It's like a family here having fun.
Yeah, we have fun.
So let's talk about it. Oh my gosh. Cindy, we are just talking about great Victorian Christmas events. We're back another year.
Annual.
23rd annual?
23rd annual. I mean, it started out in the bar down at the Peter Herdick House, and then it just progressed and got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's been the highlight. It's like the kickoff to Christmas.
It really is. And we used to think, oh, it's Thanksgiving. No. We have a week before Thanksgiving, which is going to be a really fun time. Starting off on Friday night with the Billtown Parade.
Yes, it is. The Billtown Parade is going to go on, and there's free hot chocolate and cookies. And we have... after that, then there's the lighting of the tree. We have the lighting of the tree. And then at the new, Cumming College Music Theater, there's going to be a free concert. And it's going to be also a historical talk there, too. But we're bringing back Old Bull, which is, was here in the 1800s. Mm-hmm. And John Tobin is going to portray him. And then he's going to work with the Repast Band. And the time for that is 6:30. So people need to remember that's a free concert.
When the theme this year is about arts and theater and all this wonderful stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about choosing that theme.
Every year we choose a theme that has to do with something in Victorian time period.
Right.
And we've had a number of themes. We've had a peek into wardrobes past, where we looked at Victorian clothing. We had It Starts With a Story, which was Victorian books. We had the lumber boom to barons, the Underground Railroad one year, Spirit of Downtown Williamsport, Past, Present, Future, where we had pictures of old downtown Williamsport during the Victorian era. Mm-hmm. Riding Through Time was transportation, starting out during the Victorian era. And then last year was the visual arts of the Victorian era, where we talked about Rosen and art and architecture in the 19th century, and also how Victorian women wore their art. So every year we try to brainstorm and bring some educational aspect to the community about the Victorian time period. So December we'll start figuring out what we might want to do for the upcoming year.
There's so many different things in that you really mix together just the most perfect mix of all the art and the theater and the fashion and the feelings. And it really does seem to come like that. Peachy, do you feel like this is really a good progression from what you've seen over the years?
Oh, yeah. I'm proud to be a member of the committee, and hope I can continue. And it just brings people together. And it is a passion of Nan Young's and Jill's and mine and Cindy's and the rest of the committee members. And we count a lot on, our togetherness in making this happen, starting in, like Jill said, December.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So all these decisions have been made about the tour that's coming up on Saturday. Now, we're giving some tickets away here at Backyard Broadcasting, but you can purchase tickets by going to several different sponsors and find those tickets for Saturday as well as a church tour.
Tickets are available all over town right now. If you check the website or our Facebook page, it's all listed, but the pricing is $25 for adults for the Saturday tour, and if you get the combination ticket for the church tour included, it's $35, and children and students are accordingly too listed. We have an e-ticket availability on the website, and that's very convenient and easy to use. We also will have them at Backhouse Cafe. They're there now to buy. Tabor Museum, and then the Community Arts Theater, the Historic Genetti Hotel, Cumming County Visitors Bureau. So the day of the tour, tickets will be at all the homes, and then a group of us will be at Backhouse, kind of the hub of the historic district there, across from the Tabor Museum and Ways Garden area.
Cindy, tell me a little bit about the shuttle activity that people can get on these shuttles. You don't have to worry much about getting yourself to these places.
I'm going to let Jill talk about the shuttles because I wasn't involved in the shuttles.
Yeah, they sound really exciting that you're able to relax a little bit.
You are. And so we have 3 trolleys and 1 bus. And we have a loop that goes around. It starts at Penn College if you want to park there, but you can pick it up anywhere on the loop. It'll stop at all of the places on the tour and then just continue throughout the day. 5 o'clock is the last shuttle run. And, you do have to wait a little bit sometimes, depending on the length of the house tour. But the transportation, instead of having to drive, it's great. And it does put you in the holiday spirit that you can drive to the homes and do that yourself. So it's really up to you. It gives you a lot of flexibility.
That sounds really fun, especially when you're there with a group of people and, be able with your friends and family. It's just such a nice kickoff, like we said, for the holiday.
And this year is the first year that on Sunday we will be having 1 trolley that will be going around to all of the churches. In the past, there are 8 churches that are on the tour on Sunday. This is the first year that we've had a trolley providing transportation for that day.
That is so interesting because the churches are incredibly gorgeous in Williamsport. Talking about great sponsors and different folks that are really making this happen, I mean, are we talking about the trolleys are being provided?
Trolleys are being provided. If it wasn't for the community and the sponsors that we raised, and, we knock on their door and Peachy goes, let me in, or, we call them on the phone. I mean, this event is made possible to the sponsors, and, it's basically their event too, because without them, we wouldn't have it. And our sponsors know it's very important for us to preserve our history and have it there for the, future generations. A lot of the money that we raise goes right back into the historic district. It's the flowers that are there in the summertime and the wreaths that are there at Christmas time. And it makes it more beautiful, when you ride through the historic district and see the lights or the flowers. And I just wish my flowers looked that good.
I know, really.
There really are some beautiful flowers there.
And, we have food around town. The restaurants are going to be open. Our website is victorianchristmaspa.com. And you can go there. There's also a QR code, so you can scan it, on your phone and everything will come up. Or you can, get the brochure when you buy the tickets. It's an absolutely wonderful event. And if you want to, you can stop and get tickets on Saturday at Backhouse because we'll all be dressed in costume.
Oh, that'll be wonderful to see for sure. Tell me about picking the homes. How do you pick them? What's the process that you went through and then you have to pick more for next year?
Every year we try to have at least 6 to 8 homes and then a few historical buildings that are on the tour. We look for homes that have really great architectural detail, some that have modern adaptations to the historical buildings, things that have historical significance and just interest. This year, we have homes that were built in the 1800s all the way to 1938, I think, is the youngest one. And all of them have a different architectural style. So it's really neat, and that's kind of pointed out when you're taking the tour and in the brochure, kind of with the description of each home.
Who does the tour guide part?
So we have people that are chairman of the homes, or sometimes it's the homeowners themselves. But we get volunteers then to be the docents in each home.
Neat.
So, we really depend on the community for volunteering to be docents, to be ticket sellers, to be just involved in that day.
And to learn the history of the house.
Yes,
Right.
we do tell the history of the house, the architecture of the house. It's just a fun afternoon.
Did you get the costumes that you'll be wearing at the Tabor? Do they provide those, or do you have your own outfits?
We bought them. I actually got mine on Amazon.
Oh, that's great.
It was kind of, like steampunk, and then I put it all together, and it's really cool. I got a long green cape and a big blue skirt and a riding hat, so it's like... and fun.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And sometimes you just kind of whip together like a long skirt that you might have and a blouse that might look Victorian and tie it all together.
Do you ever see the guests dress the same as you in the costume?
Some do.
Oh,
Some
fun.
do, yeah, some do dress. In fact, a couple people that called from out of town said, now, if I come dressed, is that okay? I went, absolutely. We encourage that,
Sure.
And to see the people walking up and down 4th Street and 3rd Street and, the homes on Campbell, Woodmont this year, Valmont Drive, people will be walking around their costumes that are volunteers and that have just offered to do that. And it's amazing.
The Williamsport Music Club on Saturday will be strolling and singing carols.
Oh, fun.
And then the Hawthorne Opera Singers will be at the gazebo, and they will also be performing. And it's on our website. Yes.
Yeah, the brochure available. It's a beautiful brochure, and it's lovely. I see the real one. I've had the printout. It's really nice. It's a really sturdy, hard cardstock, and you can find that at VictorianChristmasPA.com. Victorian Christmas, November 18th, 19th, and 20th. Ooh, I have my own copy. Yeah. Thank you, Peachy. That sounds good. You can go out Friday night for the Billtown Christmas Parade, plus the music that's going on. I just wanted to recap that.
We have I'm just going to mention one quick thing.
Sure.
We have a sponsor, Barcode. It's a newly run mobile that is owned by Allie Mealy. Rebecca Hall's her mother, and they have graciously offered to give the hot chocolate that we were speaking of and cocoa and cookies to the children and adults after the parade downtown, which we're happy to be a part of.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
It is a family event. So for now, we're talking about now for the 24th year next year, you take a break.
It's a very short break. I mean, we start in January and run the whole year, and then December we have our closeout meeting where we review what we want to do for the next year and what worked and what didn't work. So, it's a year-round commitment with once-a-month meetings, but it's fun to all get together.
So I'm thinking that people who want to be a part of it can get in touch if they're interested, or you may know people didn't realize, I can be on the committee. You may know them already. They can get in touch with you.
Oh, that would be great if we got more, committee members, and they can call Jill and make sure that they can attend the meetings.
And we especially need the people for docents and ticket sellers. So you don't even have to be on the committee to do that.
Right.
Or chairman for a house, which that one is a few months commitment where you have to organize things, but being docents in the house, it's just really that day. So lots of ways you can get involved.
I'd like to know one place that's on the tour this year. Kind of tease me a little bit. What am I going to see when I go on the tour, Cindy?
You really want to go to the John Ryan Brewery.
Okay.
They have done such an excellent job at restoring that. I mean, they took the core bells that were there and falling apart and recreated them. And they just did an absolutely wonderful job. And you can go and find the history of John Ryan right on their website. That building, there's a chandelier that's in there that is like magnificent, absolutely magnificent. It's a French Second Empire structure. And it is located in the center of Old City, which we're going to start to revitalize Old City. And you can go to johnbryanbrewery.com/history, and you can find out all about John Bryan Brewery.
Well, and it's really interesting because they were on our tour about 5 years ago when they were just starting the renovations.
Oh.
And so it's really great to be able to see the before, middle, and after. So
Does anyone keep a gallery of the years that have gone past?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's somewhere to look, or if there's a book put together.
Actually, on our website, there are past brochures that you can look at, and they have like the information from all the houses that have been on in the past. This year, we have 3 houses that are in the Valmont area that are like within walking distance of each other. So that makes it really nice too to be able to do that, and then hop on the trolley and go to ones that are a little further away.
I love it. Are there other ladies in the group? Are there gentlemen that also work together with all of you?
18 members, actually. I keep saying 14 last year. 18 members, and then we have one male. He's treasurer, and it happens to be my better half.
Okay.
And he's doing a great job.
Yeah. What's up with all us women? We put up with him. One thing, if I have a second.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Peachy.
Food around town. Many of the calls that I get pre-event are the food around town, where do we eat, whatever. Local restaurants that have sponsored us for years, have stuck with us for years, years, we push for them to have the guests go there for lunches and even stay for dinner. John Ryan will be open. Yvonne just told me yesterday, it's going to be fun. It'll be busy, but they're going to be open for dinner afterwards. The Old Corner celebrates its 50 years that Saturday evening, too, and they've been past sponsors. Franco's been with us forever. And the Peter Hurtig House is open for dinner. They also have a tea that people are booking now. Call for reservations if they have any room left. It would be amazing. And Brickyard Stonehouse have been with us for years also. That's going to be open starting at 11 in the morning. Shamrock 6-pack and subs. They have some best subs in town.
They do.
And and my cousin owns it, so I'm plugging it, yeah. And Backhouse Cafe Coffee and Tea is a great stop to break up the day. They have, some nice quiches and scones and cookies and that type of thing besides their coffee and tea. And the historic Genetti Hotel will give a 10% discount, not Saturday lunch, but brunch on Sunday when you show your Victorian Christmas ticket. So that's a big plus, and they sell tickets for us as well.
And
That's
I'm
wonderful.
not sure if I mentioned this, but our mission is with Victorian Christmas is to make sure these homes are preserved for future generations. And all the money raised from Victorian Christmas goes right back into next Victorian Christmas and the historic district.
The flower baskets that you
Yeah.
see in the summer that are hanging on lampposts, our funds go towards that and the maintenance throughout the summer. And then at Christmas time, actually they're up now, would be the lighted wreaths and garlands that are on the lamppost in the historic district. So we try to make people proud of our historic district. And it's actually, in the past 10, 15 years, the district has really come a long ways, from condemned buildings to homes that people are living in and college students are taking care of.
And all the new funding that's coming.
Yeah,
for all-
right.
It's wonderful.
And we forgot about the shopping at the YWCA.
Oh my
There's
gosh,
an
yes.
artisan market
Oh.
both days. So you can go in and you can get unique Christmas presents. And I can't wait to see that. And then the Boys Town Garden Club is going to be in there. So if you have any questions about gardening, which I have a ton, I'm going to be asking them. So the shopping is really, really, really nice. And then there's the Toy Train Expo. There's just so much to do. It's a whole weekend of events.
Do you see a lot of people coming from out of town?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Many of the calls that we get with inquiries of people, many Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, actually 2 came last year from New York City, which was amazing. A lady was in her 70s, came with her sister, and took the bus in the day before.
Oh, that's
Well, and
wonderful.
Stayed at the Genetti.
A couple often from Virginia make it an annual trip up here for Victorian Christmas.
Oh, I love that this is happening, and I do love the preservation of this. As a new resident to Williamsport, I drive through all the time and think, what did they do in that house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the answer, Victorian Christmas in
Yes.
Williamsport.
One other thing I want to mention quickly is the Raleigh House, which is on tour every year, used to be St. Joseph's Convent for the Immaculate Heart of Mary nuns, and that's where Tom and I both graduated from school. Just as a side note, many people don't even know about the Raleigh House, and some of our funds with what we make go as a gift to Preservation Williamsport to help maintain the maintenance, so to speak, of the Raleigh House. It is a sight to behold. You walk in there, somebody walked in there yesterday, they couldn't believe the character of that old building, and you just can't miss looking at the Raleigh House.
And there's a lot of Rosens in there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Famous
Oh, yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the Raleigh House is on the tour every year. Some of the other buildings that are downtown are on the tour every year, but the homes, we try to at least have about 6 years rotation in between, and a lot of them are brand new this year for the first time on the tour.
Excellent. So, yeah, after COVID, did you have a chance to have a year of that during 2020?
No.
We didn't.
Yeah, 2
Last
years.
year was the first year back, 21.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you're back almost with a vengeance in a way, like you got it all ready again.
Yes.
You're
We're
feeling
back.
good.
We're back. Look out.
Well, get your tickets by going around town until the day of the event, where then you can get tickets going on at the homes
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
for the Saturday tour from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Right, and at the back house, cafe, coffee, and tea.
Okay. The shuttle service, you can just park your car and around 4th Street?
One thing I want to mention about the transportation, I have encouraged people to take the trolley and the bus because parking is always of concern, so to speak. And this way you get dropped off right in front. You don't have as far to walk. The parking is free at the west end of 3rd Street. There'll be cones and signs for the parking, not right at the Maynard Street entrance to Penn College. It is a Penn College parking area they have graciously, offered to us to use for the public. Trolleys will begin there, and that's a lot of the questions that we receive, where do I go to park, or where can, and many people want to drive, and that's fine, but, sometimes the walk to the home or the congestion, the trolleys need to get around, the buses need to get around, so take the trolley. It's fun. It's fun.
Make it an adventure.
Yeah,
for sure.
fun.
Yeah.
Find the details and the map at victorianchristmaspa.com. It is lovely to see you. I'm here with Jill Confair. She's the president of Victorian Christmas. Thank you so much for being here today.
Sure. Thank you.
Peachy O'Connor, committee member and other advisor and other things, fundraiser.
Whatever I do.
Thanks, Peachy. And of course to you, Cindy Perry, public relations, advertising, and marketing. It's lovely to meet you and to see this wonderful event go on.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Absolutely. We'll see you on the tour.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, call weekdays between 8 and 5, 570-323-8200. You can also write to us at 1685 4 Mile Drive, Williamsport, PA 17701. Attention Freddi Hammer. Or email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archived programs of our In Touch series, you can download and subscribe to our new Backyard Podcasting feature through a link on any Backyard Broadcasting website or obtained where podcasts are available. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. The programming discussed here on In Touch does not necessarily reflect the feelings or opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.